Now here's something you might find interesting, in particular old Buzz up there in Oregon. You know, he's the one that said, hey, let's have a potato growing contest. He thought I'd be weak, he thought I'd be easy prey, you know, but you know, he has put up a video recently that shows us that he has got his potatoes into the ground.
The shroud of the dark side has fallen.
Now, of course, you know, after watching his video, I didn't realize that, you know, he was going to till up the entire state of Oregon in this contest. And I didn't realize he was going to buy every seed potato within 100 miles of where he lives and plant those. So I'm not so sure this is a fair contest, you know. I mean, I've got this little tiny area, and he's got this thing that looks like a baseball field, you know. I don't know. I give up on this guy. I don't know, but that's okay. That's okay. Me and my little dog Mac, we're gonna whoop some butt. See, there's old Mac. He overheard me. He overheard me. Isn't that right, Mac? Yes, it is. We're gonna kick his butt, aren't we? Well, it's Saturday, and I had planned to finish up the veneer on the old Halo Light TV on the opposite side of the cabinet. But Wifey and Great Grandma have different plans. As you can see, we have 1 million flowers that were purchased at a local nursery. So you know what that means, don't you? It means that John and his grandson Ethan have to build another raised bed and fill it with dirt so they can plant their flowers. Well, you know, tomorrow's another day. Well, Ethan's putting the finishing touches on Grandma and Great Grandma's flower bed. Almost done, ain't we, boy? Yep. That went together quick. I had all the pieces cut when he got home from downtown, getting lots of garden soil with his grandma. All we had to do is screw them together when he got back. So now we got to find a place to put it. And old Great Grandma, she's going to get her down there and get your hands dirty. You ever dug in the dirt before, Grandma?
No.
Never have.
Never been dirty.
Never been dirty, huh? Anyway, here's the flowers. It'd be kind of interesting. Now look, do you need instructions, any kind of guidance at all? Looks really nice, honey. I like that. Got them spread out good. Well, they'll need some light spray water. Not much because it might rain tonight and really douse them good, but it's looking really good. It's going to be nice.
You need to get those pots ready. I got these two.
Oh, Shannon, she's back from downtown.
You can add some to that plant.
Well, since the cucumbers did not grow, I had to finally go downtown and pick up some seedlings. So we're going to go ahead and plant these. These are straight 8s. And they're the big cucumbers, the kind I like. These things right here, let me zoom in on it. See that round plastic thing? That's called a trellis clip. And I got 100 of them for $5, I think it was, which was a heck of a deal, and they're reusable, so I'll never need any more. All you have to do is hook your string into the rear of the clip. You don't have to do anything, you just drape it through, and when you close the clip, it closes. There's a couple of fingers on the inside that come down and close real tight against the string, and it doesn't move. And you put your clip around, like, you know, where a branch comes off, and then you just snap it shut. That's all there is to it. And when it comes time to you know, at the end of the year or whatever, you just squeeze the opposite side right here, and that little thing comes right out of the hole. And that's it. You can reuse it next year. And there's room for the tomato plant to expand. It doesn't put a lot of strain on the tomato plant. You don't have to tie anything up. You just run your string from your from the bottom. Sometimes they run a string from the very bottom clip, like over to a piece of wood or something. I just said the heck with it. You know, I just put a bottom clip in, and then I put another clip in, and as the plant grows, I'll continue to add clips all the way up. I mean, it's quick and easy, and it doesn't get any easier than that. You know, I wish I had known about these things years ago. I was concerned about the string slipping. No way. That string is in there. Once that thing closes, it's tight as a drum. And I just think they're cool. All the tomato plants are now large enough to have those clips on them. And I'll probably, before the end of the week, this coming week, I'll probably add one more clip somewhere in this area here. Because these old tomato plants are really coming up big here. They're really starting to get big. That's, those are the beefsteak. I've got the string. I tied the strings, by the way. I just, on these boards that are, you know, securing the hoop house together, I just took a bunch of these little gold loops and screwed them in, eyelets. I ran the string through it, and then the string is not super tight. And there's a reason for that. You know, if this hoop house sways back and forth and I have the string really tight, if the wind starts to blow and the old hoop house goes back and forth because the wind's catching the plastic, I don't want the string to pull the tomato plants up out of the ground. So we have a little bit of, you know, leeway here. The idea is to support your tomato plants, not to, you know, make them stand at attention, okay? Well, anyway, cucumbers are in. Oh, I'm so happy about that. I watered them in, got that tomato plant planted. I still got some space to grow some other things. I'm not sure what I'll do. I may go downtown in a few days and just poke around, see if there's anything else down there I can grow. One of our good subscribers, whose handle on YouTube is Sougent, S-O-U-G-E-N-T, he saw, you know, the radish problem I may be having with tops only, no bottoms, no radishes. And of course the jury's still out on that. We got a long ways to go, but that's what it sure looks like to me. He said he did a little searching around the internet and he came up with supposedly too much nitrogen causes that. Well, okay, fine, I'll buy that. I had no idea. So what we're going to do is I went down to Lowe's and I bought a soil testing kit that specifically tests for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. We're going to go ahead and test the nitrogen content around those radishes and see what happens. You know, old Buzz in his last video, you know, he was kind of cutting me down and everything, telling me how superior his potatoes were going to be. But then he changed subjects and did something that, you know, is almost unforgivable. He dissed on my poor little Mac, my little poodle. He called him a toothless little mutt. Well, I'll tell you what, old Mac, he don't take too kindly to those kinds of words. Well, so far, the bent down thing seems to be doing all right. All the grease is going into the cup, and there's not a lick of it down here on the floor. Not one lick. Well, I think the problem is solved, folks. Well, here's the results of the pH test. All of the compost has settled to the bottom, and we have somewhat clear liquid here. It's been setting quite a while. It's going to be about as clear as it's going to get. And as you can see, the pH, the acidity level is awfully high. Down here, my thumb, it's darker than even 9. I'm not so sure that's so hot. I may have to put a bunch of lime in that garden. And now this again is around the radishes. Well, the nitrogen test proved to be inconclusive in my mind. We put the pills in, we put the water. We had to mix up some water in a separate cup, you know. Put a tablet in there, and unfortunately, it's just almost just like a kind of a brownish color. So it kind of, I don't know. Are we talking low here, or high, or is it? I mean, are we unable to test for nitrogen with compost as opposed to soil? I don't know. Anyway, that was our results. It's just not conclusive in my mind. We are finishing up chopping the roots out from last year. We chopped a whole bunch of them out of the way so we could run our mower through, but there were still several left over. We just got tired and fed up with doing it, but we're going to get the rest of them now. And old Ethan, he's building his muscles here. We're going to chop through, and then this big, look at the size of this big giant root right here. There's no way you can get the old mower through on that thing. Well, one root down, about 4 more to go, the same size. Boy, those things are gigantic. You know, I've been giving serious consideration here to the naming of these potatoes. They're doing so well, it's almost a bumper crop already. Maybe we shouldn't name them just, you know, Buzz Waterloo potatoes. Seems kind of mild considering the tremendous growth we're getting. And, you know, we're way ahead of the pack. By pack, I mean, you know, Buzz up there in Portland. So maybe I should name these. How about, I've been giving it some serious thought now, and I talked it over with old Mac. I think maybe we could call them Buzz Busters. That's right, Buzz Buster potatoes. I think that's what we'll do. But I'll give that some extra thought. We need some extra thought on that. I just don't want to, you know, jump the gun too early. And besides, you know, I need to stop talking bad about old Buzz. You know, we'll just give old Buzz a break because
I want to talk about me.